Hello friends, today I'm going to show you how we are using various string features in JavaScript. Okay, so let's have a look at the agenda that we will be covering. Alright, so the first thing we will learn about strings length, then escape characters, then breaking long line of codes, and then string as objects. Let's see them in action. Alright, so here we are using VS Code for our examples. And as you can see that I have created a sample body and then a script tag inside it and a text named uh, txt with Robin Hood in it, and I'm trying to print that. That goes with console.log txt, and it's giving me the output Robin Hood. Okay, so you can either use single quotes or double quotes to mention a name. So for example, if I'm using single quotes and I'm trying to rerun this one, I will still get the same answer. No difference. Okay. So there should be matching. Okay. It shouldn't be like one is single quote and one is double quote. It always has to be the same both ways. Okay. Now, uh, let's go ahead with another example. So CV, and I will text this one as text2 and put this one as its name is this, and I'll try to put this one with double quotes. Let's see the output. txt2. Sorry. This one we will check here. So, do you see that? Now let's try to make some changes, like mark this text 3 and put this one into single quotes and put the other one into double quotes. Okay, this one as text 3. If we rerun this, this is the output. Okay. So that is how the single quotes and double quotes both combination works. If you begin with a single quote and you want to put something in within quotes inside the string, you have to use the opposite. Either if it's began with single, then the second one has to be double, and if it begins with double quotes, then the inner text has to be single one. Okay. Now let's move ahead and find the string's length. Okay. So let's see this. Word equals to, and suppose A B C D E F G and something and something and something. Okay, now I'll try to figure out the length. Okay, so we don't have this two. I'll remove them. I'll use this one for word dot length. Now let's try to rerun this one and see what's the length. It says there are 32 characters in the word. Okay, 32 characters in the word. Now moving ahead, so this is how you find the length of a variable or the length of a string. Okay, the variable dot length, and that will give us the print of the value. What's the length of the value and the number of characters in the value. Okay, let's move ahead to the escape character. Okay, as we know, the strings must be written within quotes, so JavaScript will misunderstand a string which is something like this. Let's say a string equals to, and you are trying to put something like we are called, my name is shaking, and I'll put um from the New York City. It already gave me an error. See this? If I'll try to run this, this is going to throw me an error. See? Unexpected identifier after the word identifier shanking. Okay, it did not find what's as shanking. Okay, so it will never be able to print this one. So if I try to print this strn, it won't work. It won't work anyways. No. So this is the wrong thing. And the solution is, if you want to avoid this problem, you have to use the backslash escape character, backslash, okay? And it has to be with a single character, a single quote. So we will insert a backslash here and a backslash here. Then we will try to print this. Yep, that works. This is how you want to make it work. All right. And if you want to print the backslash as well, that will, let's see. This is how you print a backslash, okay, without the quotes. Okay, that's how the backslash is printed. And let's test something more. Suppose I want to print. It's okay. How am I going to print that? How am I going to do that? See, it's okay. How did it print this? With a backslash and a single quote. That's going to take the single quote along with a backslash, and that's how it will print the quote in it, the single quote. Okay. Now, moving ahead, we will use a backspace, a form feed, a new line, and carriage return. So, let's say another one, and I'll say this is something new, and this is going to be text 2. So I will print 2, something new, and then we will use a backspace. Okay, let's say /b, a question mark. And if I do this here, again a question mark. So that's for backspace we use the /b, but for some reason that's not working. Okay, let's see. But check that for form feeds. For form feeds you use a /form. Huh. Okay, if I put it inside, no change. Okay, let's do this for a new line. So the string is broken. Okay, that's how we break the line. And we will do for a carriage return, that's /r. Okay, so a /r is using an enter where it gets a space. Let's say I'll use another carriage return. That's not working. It's only using the /n. It's creating a new line. Carriage return. I think that's for entering an enter mark. Okay, let's see the tabulator. So I'll use the T. That's spacing. Okay, that's using a space in between. If I, it's like one tab within two words. Okay. Now if I do this for a vertical tabulator, it's unable to read that. The debug console is unable to read that. Let's check that with yeah, that's also unable to read it. The tab is red, but it's not able to read the vertical tabulator. All right, now we will do with breaking long line of codes. Okay, let's remove this one. Okay, text string. Let's say I will have a paragraph in this one. So let's say this is a paragraph. Okay, let's try to print this, and I should be good here. Yeah, this is a paragraph. Okay, let's do something like we will find this one. Let's say it has an ID as P1. Okay, and I try to something like document dot get element by ID, and this one is P1. and I'll do dot inner HTML, and that equals to this is happy. This, all right, let's see. This is happy. How did it do? It was, this is a paragraph, but it changed. You see this? The value of the paragraph is changed to this is happy. That was changed inside the script. You saw that? All right. Now we will try to break that line. Okay. So this is happy, and I'm going to break this line by with a slash, backslash. What does that do? Let's see. No change. Okay. So if I put in a new line and do this, no change. Hmm. We have to add some more things into it. If I do this with a tab, this one should work. Close this, and I will try to run and debug, and then I'll try to print that. Let's see. But the tab is worked. Okay. Slash t has worked. You can see this. Yeah, that is working. And if I do an inspect and I go to here, you can see it has already added a space to it. Okay. So sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not working. New line is not working. Okay, fine. Let's move ahead. Right, let's compare two strings and see how things are working. You see, on the X, I'm adding a text max, and on Y, I created it as an object. Okay, equals to new string, and inside it, that's a max. So Y is an object, and Z is just similar to X, and it has only a string. Now, if you compare that, I'm doing a two comparisons, and you see that it's returning false because the first one is checking off type. It's checking if it's equal, and also it's checking if the type is equal, then it's returning a false. But if you want to make it true, I just do a double comparison and try to rerun the program, and now it's returning true because now it's only checking if the strings are equal, if the value is equal. But if I do a triple equal to, it's doing a type check as well. So that is all about the string values in JavaScript. We have learned how two strings can be compared using the Boolean, and if we're creating an object, the normal string and the object string does not match if we do a type check, a strong type check, and equals comparison check. So that was all about the strings. Okay, we will have few more videos coming in. Until then, stay tuned, stay connected, and happy coding. Thank you.